And I was just talking to Weldon Henson down at the water cooler, down at the ProPure, and he said, I got my socialist health care today, and started telling me the story about, he's been out of the Air Force, I guess, 7, 8 years. He's been working here 7 years. And he was just talking about how much worse the VA gets and how it's an example of socialist health care and how mean the police are and how they bug their eyes out at people and what else they were doing. And just how every time he goes, it's worse. Because you have to get your VA care, you got to go every year, have blood taken so they can spy on you and put it in databases and see how the vaccines they injected in you, you know, what those did to you. Because they use them for guinea pigs on record. That's on record. Secret testing on the troops thousands of times. Thousands of major projects, including lethal operations. You are the #1 enemy, a returning veteran.
Absolutely.
So the #1 enemy, how was it when you went to the VA today?
It's a pretty prime example of what it's, you know, what a socialist healthcare system is. You know, you go in there, you take your number. There's all sorts of people yelling at you, you know, yelling out numbers. And if you know, old vets are trying to stand up and get over to them, you know, they're not quick enough. The guy's like, you know, number 251, hurry up, you know, and you wait. Well,
you said the cops were bugging their eyes out at everybody,
oh,
like strutting around.
Yeah, the cops walk around and they're all bugging their eyes out at you. You know.
I mean, repeat what you said by the water cooler.
Oh yeah, well, you know, you take 2 hours just to get you know, 30 seconds of blood drawn, and you wait numbers, and everybody's confused, and then every time you walk in or leave, you know, they've got way more than enough police officers there. I mean, they're just all just kind of, you know.
Well, these are the vets. These are men. These are the enemy.
Yeah. So
we have an occupied government.
There's just a bunch of, for the most part, it's a bunch of like old veteran, Vietnam veterans and stuff kind of walking in on canes and stuff, you know, and they have these big military guys, way more than they need, just walking around, just gawking at you. Then I walk.
Well, you told me they bugged their eyes out of you.
Oh, yeah. But, well, you know, I guess I'm kind of young and healthy looking, so they really want to bug their eyes out at me.
Well, they hate that. Yeah. Anybody that's got anything nowadays is bad.
Then I walk out in the parking lot, and there's a Veterans Affairs police officer in his police car, really similar to the NSA vehicle that we had roll up on us. You remember that? And he's writing parking tickets to people out there. So I thought that was kind of humorous. It's not funny, but it.
Were they parked wrong, or was he running their plates, or what?
Well, you know, one was a motorcycle, didn't have anywhere to park, so they kind of parked up front, and that was, I guess, a big no-no. And
oh, that's another thing. These cops all just pulled up in the neighborhood, blocking the street too. They just pulled up like they were God, parked out in the road, swaggered up. As soon as I wasn't afraid, they all looked scared.
Then they were given, I guess, you know, they have spots. There's the big new VA outpatient clinic there in Austin. It just opened a few months ago. It's huge. And they have, I guess, fuel-efficient vehicle parking only and stuff like that. So if you're not a fuel-efficient vehicle, if I would have parked my F-150 in there, I guess I'd have got a ticket. So
well, no, it's all about their protected classes are special. Like in the public schools, the transvestites can go and look at the girls on the toilet and harass them, and if they complain, hate crime on the 12-year-old girl.
I just thought it was crazy. I walk out and it's just a lot of. It's just a lot of veterans, good-meaning people. I saw a bunch of good-meaning people. They're just trying to get health care, and they're sitting in there for hours waiting on simple health care. And then you go out in the parking lot, and there's these big, you know, Veterans Affairs police officers, you know, bugging their eyes at you, and they're writing parking tickets to vets.
Because you're a nice fellow. You say hi to people and stuff. That's what I've noticed at national parks, and more. You say hi or even wave or whatever. They just bug their eyes at you because you're the enemy.
Absolutely. Every time I walk in there, I say hi to people. I even at the cops and they're all standing by the door, you know, and they're all looking like, you know, that's like they're ready for battle or something. And I'm always like, hey, how's it going? And they're just like, Well, it's
because the foreign banks took over. They got armored vehicles, helicopters. It's time for war. I mean, listen, I've lived in Austin 25 years. I've been on that hike and bike trail, I don't want to exaggerate, 1,000 times. I've never seen what I see. There's now green police down there that'll boss you around. Tattletale citizens. Yesterday, a woman ran up 100 yards and said, you can't go on the trail. It's closed, and got mad when I said, I'm going to go anyways. And she ran off.
It's like living in the Twilight Zone here in Austin, Texas. There's no doubt about that. Bunch of power-hungry goons.
It's a bunch of nobodies is what it is.
It's all pettiness. It's just like people are more worried about trying to be powerful than anything else. It's like they don't even want to be successful. They just want to be powerful in their own little way. We have those discussions, don't we? Yes. It's like a virus or something where people don't want to actually be successful. They want to imagine they're powerful and be obstructionist.
Like almost everybody that's activists that have come from nowhere that no one ever heard of, we build them up, we give them a platform trying to build a resistance. They then flip out and want to bring us down and say we've attacked them and we've done nothing but give them just a carpet of gold politically.
It's not about being successful. It's about having your little petty power trip.
It's about tearing others down. I'm telling you, this country's in deep trouble.
It's
Well, that's what the so-called left wants with Obamacare. They want to get rid of the middle class. They want everybody poor.
Absolutely.
Misery loves company.
I guess if they're going to be miserable, they want to make it.
See, I can't handle it. When cops are bugging their eyes out at me, I just start getting in their face. I did today. Those cop cars pulled up, bugging their eyes out. I ran over to them. I was like, give me a ticket. Come on.
It's pretty.
Why don't you do something about the real crime out there? I know you got called here to henpeck me.
It was the same.
I don't care what they do to me, too. I'm sick of it. And I'm going down to the Alamo, too, with the armed march this Saturday, 10 a.m. Sick of it. Go ahead.
It was the same way. You know, we were at the NSA last week, or was it a week and a half ago?
It was last week.
Last week. They're going to show you. That's kind of their attitude.
And it's because there's a criminal group in control at the top, and they want everybody authoritarian. They want to get us in line. They want to teach us we're slaves. They go on MSNBC and say our children belong to them. They actually say in your face, your kids are ours. State of California says that in court. You have no parental rights. The state is everything.
It's amazing just doing day-to-day routines here in Austin, or if I'm just trying to go to the VA clinic, it's just like New World Order slave training.
My wife doesn't like to buy a lot of groceries now. She'll buy for like a week out. We had a dinner party Sunday, so she went and bought a bunch of short ribs and a bunch of other stuff. She had a big, giant thing full at Whole Foods. She had multiple people come over and say, man, that's a lot of money. And then the woman said, I'm not going to help you. I'm going to help this guy over here in a line where he's getting one thing. And it's all like socialism. In fact, it's funny. Before you came in, you said, I'm kind of dressed down today because tell me what you said before I even told you the story about my wife, because they come after you if you dress nice at the VA.
Yeah, kind of, you know, you get those looks and stuff. So
everything in America America's gone is what this means. I mean, we've gone commie. I mean, this is it.
I mean, I was in the grocery store the other day and, you know, and I guess, you know, the thing in Austin now, you got to bring your own reusable bags. And people look at me like I'm crazy because I don't walk in with my bags. I'm just like, whatever, I'll just buy some of the plastic ones at the cash register. And I've had people look at me and just really look at me like I'm the biggest.
Oh, no. I get lectured.
Yeah.
And for years when they were nudging us, getting us ready, they would say, you didn't bring your own bag?
I'm like, no.
So they got a law passed. Meanwhile, they don't care about GMO. They don't care about chemtrailing. They don't care about anything. They don't care about missing nukes. They just all want to sit around their little cult and say, we're the bosses. It's a gang.
It's a mentality, you know, it starts from the top and moves down. I can remember being in the military, and there were just people that just sat around trying to make rules all day and procedures and policies. That's what they did. They just sat around. It's like, if you made the most policies and rules, then you got, like, awards. Like, you know, hey, we're going to, just the 6 years I was in, by the time I got out, I was like, man, wow, I'm so glad I'm getting out. It's just like, it's like prison in here. It's like people got awards for coming up with more rules and regulations. You make up the most rules and regulations, here's an award. That was kind of what it was.
All right, Weldon, thanks for coming in here, buddy.
Yeah, glad to be here.
You bet. You're a very dangerous, evil person.
I look like it, I know.
All right, we'll see you later. There goes Weldon Henson. Introducing Pro One. All of your filtration in one system, portable, on the go. No more do you have 2 or 3 filters to just reduce sodium fluoride. You have a system that cuts out the sodium fluoride and up to 95% of hydrofluorosilicic acid. Advanced manufacturing technology combines silver-impregnated white ceramic with new Aquamedics advanced media for removal of fluoride and other heavy metals, all in one filter element. It is the only one that does it, and out of the gates, we have it discounted at 10% off with promo code WATER. This is the only system that in one unit helps reduce or remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, ammonia, and chlorine, hydrofluorosilicic acid, the most common form of fluoride not covered by other fluoride filter brands, and sodium hexafluorosilicate. Get your Pro Pure with the new Pro One filter today at InfoWarsStore.com or by calling 888-253-3139.